Hi everyone, I hope all of you guys are doing well. So today we are going to discuss two things. Number one, how to read any newspaper effectively, and number two, how to read any editorial effectively. And more than just reading, I will actually go into how to understand and learn from it rather than just reading it and trying to finish it. So the focus is going to be on the understanding the concepts, understanding the main points from these news or any kind of editorials that you are reading. Now, before I dive into the video, I would like to tell you there are two things that you need to remember. That number one, Indian Express or the Hindu, pick one, it doesn't matter. Number two, try to pick the one that you like. Don't try to pick any on the recommendation of some other person. Read both when you start your preparation and just pick whichever you are feeling good with. And you can also switch between them. Let's say you get bored, just switch between either of them. Sometimes that is also fine. That doesn't really affect anything that much. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive into our session today. I have made this short summary also of my learning. I will post this on my community channel so you guys can take a look at it there. So let's dive right ahead into this. So first of all, editorial or news, how to read that. See, first of all, when you are starting to first time in your life to read any newspaper, any editorial, don't spend less than 1 hour on it, because you will need at least 1 hour to get really used to कि आपको क्या क्या पढ़ना है, exactly what you have to read and how a newspaper is structured, what kind of news comes, and also to become aware. So once you are starting for the first time in your life, you're just starting your preparation, you are a new aspirant, then you should be spending at least 1 hour on your newspaper. And the way to read the newspaper is look at the syllabus items that are given in UPSC. Print out the UPSC syllabus. Read the GS2, GS3, GS4 syllabus. Keep it on the side. एक side पे syllabus रहेगा and next side your newspaper will be there, and read them. Read the newspaper and try to associate what kind of topics there are in the newspapers which are related to the UPSC syllabus, and on those topics you have to read more. For example, let's say there is a news about a Supreme Court judgment on entry of women in temples. So that is important because it directly relates. This is important because it directly relates to the UPSC syllabus, where there is some kind of information the UPSC is requiring you to know about constitution, about the Supreme Court cases, judgments, important gender equality topics. So this will directly be related to that, and that is why you need to kind of have an understanding what is important and what is not important. And what is not important, any kind of daily news about cities, like some kind of murders happening, some kind of crime is happening, some kind of small events are happening in the cities which come in the news, that really you don't know. Any kind of political news that are there, those are definitely not of importance. You should only be focused on main key concepts that are given in the syllabus. Now let's say now you have already read the newspaper for the last 2-3 months. You are now becoming more acquainted to newspaper. आपको पता है कैसे पढ़ना है, क्या क्या टॉपिक्स पूछे जाते हैं, क्या क्या मेन इंपॉर्टेंट इश्यूज होते हैं, एंड यू आर बिकमिंग मोर अवेयर, बिकॉज साथ साथ में आप पॉलिटी भी पढ़ेंगे, ज्योग्राफी भी पढ़ेंगे, हिस्ट्री भी पढ़ेंगे और चीज़ें भी पढ़ेंगे. सो वंस यू आर गेटिंग मोर अवेयर, मोर कंफर्टेबल, देन यू शुड कट डाउन द टाइम. 1 घंटे से फिर आप 45 मिनट्स 30 मिनट्स तक लाना है उस टाइम को. वाई? बिकॉज आई फील लाइक न्यूज़पेपर में इतना ज़्यादा टाइम वेस्ट करेंगे तो कॉन्सेप्ट आपके क्लियर नहीं हो पाएंगे. सो न्यूज़पेपर में से डायरेक्टली कुछ नहीं आता, इनडायरेक्टली कॉन्सेप्चुअली ही क्वेश्चंस यूपीएससी निकालती है. यूपीएससी इज गोइंग टू टेक आउट कंसेप्चुअल क्वेश्चंस ओनली from those newspapers, and that will require you to have fundamental understanding of NCERTs, fundamental understanding of various important books that are there. Alright, so this is about the time limit. The second thing I'm going to tell you about is basically notes. I think you should definitely make notes from the newspapers, but try to keep them very short. Let's say today you have read the newspaper, उसमें से maximum on average, sometimes there will be more related news, more relevant news, sometimes there will be less relevant news. On average, not more than half to 1 page per day newspaper notes should be made by you. Not more than 10 minutes you should waste in your time making newspaper notes. These should be just keywords. Let's say there is a case in the Supreme Court about the IT Act, or let's say there is a case which has recently, there is a judgment from the Supreme Court about some kind of electoral practices, elections. So that you should just write down in short, and later you come and remember. You have to read conceptual things about it from the notes, from the books. So now you know that these are the important topics that have appeared in the news, and I need to clarify my conceptual views of it, and then make some additional kind of points about what new might have happened. So let's say there is an act which recently has been challenged in the High Court or Supreme Court, and there is news about that. Then you need to just understand what are the new things that the Supreme Court has suggested, might be amendments that might be made, or some orders the Supreme Court might have passed, or the amendments might have been made in the parliament. So that new couple of things you just need to add, and that will be sufficient for you to know for the UPSC purpose. Alright, I hope that helps you understand exactly what to read and what not to read. So this is how you make notes. नोट्स बहुत ज़्यादा डिटेल में अंडरलाइन कर करके सब कॉपी पेस्ट कर रहे हो, नोट्स न्यूज़पेपर्स में से लिखे जा रहे हो अपनी नोटबुक में, सारा टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है आपका. न्यूज़पेपर में से इतना आएगा भी नहीं, कुछ रिलेटेड चीज़ें आएंगी. So it is better that you focus on making nice optional notes. See, optional is a subject where you need to focus, you need to have a lot of clarity, and you need to have expertise kind of a hold on the subject. There you need perfect notes. I made my management notes. My optional was management, and I spent so much time and so much energy on them. So make notes of newspaper, but very short, condensed, and very to the point, and also relate them to the syllabus whenever possible. Alright, and definitely don't focus on any kind of extreme opinions. Now this is the third point I wanted to talk about, that it is very, very important that don't focus on extreme opinions in the editorials or in the newspapers. Focus on the ideas. Opinions नहीं, ideas पे focus करना है. So for example, Russian invasion of Ukraine. This is the news. Now in the newspaper there might be an editorial about this particular news item, and the opinion might in the editorial might look like this. ऐसी editorial में opinion आ सकती है, India should vehemently oppose it in the UN and vote against it. India should vehemently oppose the Russian invasion of Ukraine and oppose it in the UN and then vote against it. So this might be the opinion piece, and along this opinion piece something might have come in the newspaper. I think that is something wrong. I think that is something that you should not take away from this particular news item opinion. This is just an opinion. What you should take away is idea, is something that is more objective, something that is mature. That would look like? That would look like this. India must balance its new relationships with the West, along with India must balance its new relationships with the West with old friendships with Russia, and take a humanitarian stand on this matter in the UN. So now here you are providing a very balanced, very mature, very centered, very diplomatic, very objective idea instead of an opinion. So UPSC values ideas, values objective ideas more than it values opinions in answer writing. Remember that. And this is how you have to look at UPSC exam कि opinion matter नहीं करती, आप क्या सोचते हैं. What matters is a wise, balanced, well understood, well mature, good objective idea that has come from the analysis of that particular event or occasion or some kind of news that is going around. Alright, so this is how you read the editorial news, this is how you read any kind of news, and this is what you should be doing while you're preparing. Now the second thing I'm going to talk about is why you should never be listening to Hindu news analysis, Indian Express news analysis, or viewing it on the YouTube on various channels. This is a horrible way to learn, because first of all, nothing can replace learning from reading. Reading helps you become a better writer, it helps you become a better thinker, it helps you be able to connect ideas, it helps you to visualize things. Without reading, you are not going to become a better writer. Remember that. And in UPSC, you need to be a good writer. So my humble request to you, and my strong my submission to you is that please do not watch these Hindu analysis videos. Try to read as much as possible, because you want to be able to remember more, you want to be able to revise more, and that will happen only through reading and making proper notes. Now, also a thing about these kind of YouTube videos is that they are also sometimes biased and they are not of very high quality. So because they are of subpar quality, they will also affect your preparation. Only rely on the best sources, high quality sources for UPSC, and that is what is important. And finally, watching these YouTube channels for a while can become very counterproductive. You can become tired, you can become very tired, fatigued, and nothing will sit in your mind. When you listen, nothing sits in your mind actively. आपको एक्चुअली बैठ के पढ़ना होगा आराम से उसको, उससे ही आपके माइंड में इवेंचुअली चीज़ बैठेगी. So these are my advices to you. Take care, bye bye, and keep working hard. I wish you best of luck. And soon my answer writing book is coming finally together. So it will be, I'll put the contents and the preface also across very soon. So I hope you take a look at it and let me know if you have any thoughts. Take care, bye bye, and have a good day.